Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Super Dimmy1, and today, after a long time, I finally decided to book the trip of a lifetime. It's something I've been waiting for my whole life, but I've never had the money to make it happen. And I'm talking about Japan, which we all know is an extremely expensive trip, $1,000 just for the round-trip flight. But this year, there's a little twist. Airchina. China has decided to open its customs to 5 countries in the European Union, including Italy, which allows citizens of these countries, so Italians with Italian documents, to enter their territory for 15 days without a visa. No hassle, without the costs of a regular visa. What does this do? It significantly lowers the costs. Besides the fact that Air China itself is a bit more low cost, especially if you buy the economy class like I did. Because after all, the other classes are very expensive and I can't afford them. But that's not the point. The important thing is to arrive at the destination, and guess what? Someone is taking advantage of it. It took 10 years of contributions, €1,000 in costs, and 6 years of waiting to get this document. By the way, I was also lucky because I managed to get it in just 2 weeks. I went in on a Monday and booked for Friday. On Friday, I went, gave the documents and photos, and here it is. It arrived within 7-10 days directly to the municipality. And since I don't want to lose it even by accident, I also bought myself a passport holder in a beautiful pink color. But that's not the important thing, although I must say that I don't mind with this black line. Here, it's quite stylish. You slide your passport in here, and on this side, you can also put in cards and spare SIM cards. Plus, you can keep other documents or even some cash, whatever you want. It's bulkier than your passport, so it's a bit hard to lose. I also chose this color on purpose because it really stands out. So we are sure, and we can leave with peace of mind. The other one, if you're interested, you can find it in the description so you can get it for yourself too. It really costs next to nothing. Honestly, I was very unsure whether to go for it or not. This flight is also because it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I have 2 months of free time that I can use to spend 2 weeks in Tokyo. Why, since you have 2 weeks, didn't you take a trip around Japan? I chose to stay only in Tokyo because, first of all, it's a really huge city. And I think 2 days, 2 or 3 days, that's the time they give you. The guides, those pre-made and predefined ones, are really not enough to actually explore it, to make videos about it, to truly discover it. Aside from that, unfortunately, very recently, I'm talking about something that happened about 7 days ago. At the moment I'm recording this video, there was an earthquake that even exceeded magnitude 7, and there have been quite a few fatalities. And for an earthquake of that magnitude, it's not many, if I'm not mistaken, around 100, but it's still truly a tragedy. Even though it didn't hit the part that concerns me, I prefer not to take a trip all around Japan. As if that wasn't enough, the day after, there was also a fire, an airplane with more than 300 passengers. Because of a crash with another plane that was carrying aid to the earthquake victims. No one survived on the earthquake victims plane, if I'm not mistaken. There were 5 victims. Everyone on the passenger plane survived. And even if probably none of them will understand it. I wanted to express my condolences to the people who were partially or totally affected by such a tragedy. That said, of course, the situation hasn't left me at ease. I still had to book a flight, but with all the chaos, the earthquake, I decided to hold off for a bit. In the end, today I made up my mind. It really took me a long time to choose them, but I finally did it. And thanks to Air China, which has been accommodating to people like us who want to travel but unfortunately have a limited budget. By the way, right now there's also an 8% discount on all flights offered by Air China. And if I'm not mistaken, it will last until mid-February or maybe until the end of February. So take advantage of it. And I'm opening a small parenthesis. I don't know what will happen during this trip. Anyway, Japan is a very seismic country, due to 4 or maybe 5 even tectonic plates that intersect beneath it. So, when you travel in Japan, you know there's still a risk. If no videos come out, something went wrong. But let's not think about it. And in the end, after days of indecision, I finally made up my mind and booked the flight for Monday, January 22nd at 12:30 p.m. from Pensa. Exactly 10 hours of flight to arrive in Beijing at 5:30 a.m. The next day, on the flight, I should also have 2 pieces of luggage with a maximum of 23 kilo each. A hot meal, snack, or brunch. Then in Beijing, I will have a layover of 3 hours and 15 minutes. Flight. The flight from Beijing departs at 8:45 a.m. and it arrives at Tokyo Haneda at 12:50 p.m. after 3 hours and 05 minutes. Needless to say, I took the cheapest flights. In fact, I really hope there won't be any problems, and I'll also have a hot meal on board. Total flight time is 16 hours and 20 minutes. I'm returning instead on Friday, February 2nd from Narita in Tokyo. After 3 hours and 35 minutes, we return to Shanghai to the airport. We'll have a hot meal on this flight too. And after a 3 hour and 40-minute layover waiting for the flight, I will have to board for 12 hours and 30 minutes. And I swear I feel like literally shooting myself. from Shanghai at 1:45 a.m. to arrive at Malpensa at 7:15 a.m. as long as everything goes well. Total flight time is 19 hours and 45 minutes. Guys, I'm seriously going to shoot myself, I swear. Theoretically, should be taking the wider flights with this plane here. As for the price, I paid a total of 572 euros and 93 cents for the flights. We've also included a 23-kilo luggage measuring 60 x 40 x 50. I then chose the longer flights with paid seats. I usually never pay for those. For these seats, though, they have more legroom, and being 1.94 meters tall, let's just say this could save my life. Considering that it's 10 hours of flight here and 12 hours of flight there, we can also choose what we want to eat on the various flights. Vegetarian, light, kid-friendly food, which is low in sugar, fruit plate, gluten-free, Hindu, kosher, low-calorie, Muslim, lactose-free, vegetarian. They have an amazing selection for airplane food, and it's fantastic. As for the booking, guys, it was a huge mess. Also that, especially because you don't know what to choose. Booking, whether to choose Airbnb or to go to a hotel. I chose Airbnb for solo travel and recording. I prefer eating out to make videos. Video, editing. Maybe I need to record some scenes like this. Go to an Airbnb. Also because I'm not interested in eating at hotels, since I want to eat out as much as possible and bring you some videos. Maybe even some strange stuff besides my personal taste and my desire to discover. On the other hand, I'm also a cook. If I don't eat the food when I go to Japan, then when the heck will I eat it? That said, in the end, I managed to choose an apartment, but it took me almost 3 days and 2 sleepless nights. Also because I never knew which one to choose. I looked 10,000. In the end, all they did was confuse me. In the end, I think the best thing is a middle ground between the historical and beautiful sights to see. And anyway, a bit of nightlife, and the more youthful part. How many ads can you see? There are really a lot of them. Anyway, trying to stick to a decent budget that goes from about 40 to 60, 65 euros a night. These are the houses I've saved. This is more or less the area, and it goes from the part that should be the more youthful side of Shibuya, etc., all the way to the Sumida area, or at least these quieter parts. Let's say there are really a lot of apartments. They're all very small, but then again, we're in Tokyo and Japan. And honestly, with a very, very good quality for the price, especially this one, Skytree View, which lets you see the Skytree. The problem with this apartment here, which was very nice and also very, very spacious, is that it was in a really inconvenient location for visiting. Because on this side, there's all the Shibuya area, which is the more youthful part. It was in a really inconvenient location for visiting. On this side, there's all the Shibuya area, which is the more youthful part. Some monuments are here. For example, the Tokyo Tower should be around here, like in this area. Here, the end is nice, really beautiful, whatever you want. I decided on this apartment in Shinjuku, which is right in the middle on the map. Between the more historical part and the more youthful part, it should be the most comfortable apartment of all. Or at least we hope so. However, I'm not an expert, and this is my first trip. This apartment could be more than fine. It is also quite large, although this photo, in my opinion, is very misleading. Then you will see it in the videos that I will make directly on site. But Tokyo, really, really nice. I checked the average reviews and they're really very positive. Sakomi-sak, out of 5, even though there are few apartments that don't have a rating above 4. And I have to say, I'm really happy about that. It also has a kitchenette. It even has a microwave. So if I need to buy something from the various 7-Elevens and eat in my room while filming, I can do that easily. It should also have a washing machine. This is the bathroom, well, a bathroom with a bathtub. It's not the best, but we'll make it work. And unfortunately, there's that thing that I think will literally be a pain in the ass. In the ass, the Japanese toilet with water splashes that end up everywhere. And this is the apartment itself, which I have to say is really nice too. Modern, but let's check the flight, the description. It's a single room for 3 people with free Wi-Fi, which was the free Wi-Fi connection. That was the only thing I set in the filters so I can upload and kind of work on the YouTube channel. Also from there, actually near the closest station, just a few minutes walk from the room, there's Edogawa Station, Bashi Station, and Toei Station. From Bashi, it should have a kitchen, TV, air conditioning, luggage storage, refrigerator, Wi-Fi, washing machine, bathtub, hairdryer, oven, microwave, and then some other little things. But these are the main things, and we'll be there from January 23rd to February 2nd. As for the ratings, they're fantastic, and the reviews are mostly all positive. 5 stars, maybe 4 stars, some. As for the price, this apartment for 10 days cost me about 620 euros. Then I decided to add health insurance that costs around 40 euros. So basically, I paid 666 and something else. 10 nights, 11 days, 600 euros. In Italy, I assure you, it's really, really hard, especially considering that this is right in the center of Tokyo. A big problem then is having 3G or 4G or 5G. Right now, I don't know what coverage they have there for 5G. How am I going to manage to have it with me all the time? I decided to go with an eSIM, and this is not a sponsored video, unfortunately, but if you want to sponsor me, you know how to contact me. I looked around a lot of options. The two main ones I liked are Airalo and Olafly. Olafly, however, should have unlimited internet, but it's not really unlimited there either. But it has a daily limit. But it does have a limit, like 10 GB by day, 10 days. However, considering that I'll be using the heavier options with the hotel Wi-Fi, it should be more than enough for me not to get lost in the huge. And Tokyo is vast. This is their website, even though I've seen some negative reviews. I really hope that doesn't happen to me. Even though I've been a bit unlucky lately, so there you go with my bad luck. But they have really great prices. I'm curious about this 10-day rate at 34. Or maybe it's better to choose this one for 15 days at 47 to be covered and safe. I would say yes. For a difference of 15 euros, maybe this one is better. Also because I'll activate the SIM the day before departure to feel more at ease. And in case of any problems, having a more responsive Italian support. How many rates can you see? There are quite a few, starting from the one at 19 euro for 5 days all the way up to 90 days. Doncido. Yeah, they're a bit pricey, but still, let's consider that we're abroad and going there without a SIM. It doesn't seem like a very smart thing to me. I saw that there are also pocket Wi-Fis that you can carry around, which should be even more powerful. You can buy them on site, but the problem is that once you're there, you have to manage to find your way to these places. I prefer to have it activated beforehand, or at least as soon as I land, hoping it works and that those negative reviews don't apply to me. Thank you for watching this video until the end. Please make sure to like, follow me, and subscribe if you want to see the videos that will come from my time in Japan. I will try to do as much as possible and as many different types as possible, without hiding anything. TV, the truth is, whether it goes well or badly, you will still find out about it. So we'll see each other in the next video, or we'll meet in Japan if you guys are also heading there around this time. Hi!